Opera just unveiled their brand new browser AI agent, and this is absolutely mind-blowing. In fact, I think this might be the biggest breakthrough that I've seen in AI because this is going to allow you to automate any task that you are currently doing on the internet, and it's going to revolutionize how every single one of us interacts with the internet. In fact, I think most interactions on the internet in the future are going to be all done by AI agents because of what this actually allows. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to access it, how it works, and several different use cases that you could use it for. Okay, now for those of you that don't know what Opera is basically a personalized browser. Essentially what this is very similar to Google Chrome, it's similar to Safari or anything like that, and I think this is going to be one of the browsers of the future unless Google Chrome, Safari, and all that get their acts together, because essentially what they released is an AI agent that allows you to interact with the internet in a completely different way, and there are a few very key features about this. For example, all of these processes that the user commands are done locally, ensuring personal data remains on the device. Now, there are other tools that allow you to go on the internet with an AI agent. For example, you could use Operator by ChatGPT, which is going to cost you $200 a month, or you could use Convergence AI agent, and these tools are going to allow you to do something similar to what Browser Operator is going to allow you to do. But the massive difference is that if you give those tools your Expedia information or your Gmail information, or you give them your Walmart information or Amazon information, guess what? Now they actually have that data. So in the event that somebody gets access to that, you're going to be SOL and you are going to lose a lot of your personalized information. But this right here is going to make sure that it remains on your device and that it's all done locally. So let's actually check this out. As we can see right here, this is literally going to allow you to put in whatever task you want done. For example, find me 12 pairs of white Nikes in a size 10 that I can buy. This is then going to go through, and what we could see right here is that you could see exactly what this is doing. For example, it has the task, it has instructions that it's doing, and it shows you all the different steps that it's executing. Now, for those of you that are familiar with using AI tools, this looks incredibly similar to using an LLM, but instead of what's going on here is you are actually just giving it plain text and telling it exactly what you want to happen, and then it is going through and actually making that thing happen. For example, it's on Walmart's website right now, literally searching for white Nike socks, men's size 10, and then this can actually go through and order this for you. And this isn't the only use case. In fact, these next use cases are only going to get crazier and crazier. Now, before we actually get into all these different use cases, I need you to smash that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date on the latest and greatest AI tools, because I upload videos like this almost every single day that show you the different tools that are coming in the future and exactly how to use the tools to their best abilities right now. Okay, so let's actually get back into all the different use cases here. So as you can see right here, this is going through on Walmart, and this is search for things in order to buy them. Now again, you could do this with Walmart, you could do this with Target, you could do this with Amazon, you could basically do this with any website that you're going to be able to search for things. And as you can see, this is literally going through, telling you exactly what it's going to cost. It's going ahead and actually completing the order for you. So instead of you having to waste your time going ahead and doing that, you don't have to do that anymore. But on top of that, you can do different multi-step things. So what this actually shows you right here is that this has access to Gemini, has access to GPT-4, has access to a bunch of different tools so that you can complete different multi-step processes. For example, I want to buy 2 tickets to Newcastle's next Premier League game in April at their home stadium, and then it says hospitality tickets are okay, and it says if regular tickets are not available, and then it also says I'd like to sit fairly midfield. So you're basically giving this a bunch of different steps here. You're not just telling it to do one simple thing, you're giving it a bunch of different steps, and this is going to go through. This is actually going to find all of those different tickets, and now it shows you the exact price of it and then adds it to a cart. But again, that is not the only thing that you could do with this tool. You can also find a flight, you could find a hotel. Basically, I want you to think about this. Anything that you are currently doing right now on the internet. Let's say you're interacting with Google Docs, you're writing an email, you're going through your email, you're searching for YouTube videos, you're trying to find your competitors' videos, or you're trying to find about the latest AI tools. Now you aren't going to have to do that anymore in the future because these browser operator AI agents are basically going to control how you interact with the internet. Now I want you to take a step back And I want you to think about this. Right now, I have a bunch of different tabs open. In fact, I'll show you. If I move this window down a little bit, you'll be able to see all the different tabs that I have open. Now, instead of me having all those tabs open, I want you to think about a world where instead of me having one tab, one tab, one tab, this is a different world. And in that world, those are all different AI browser agents. And guess what they're doing? They're going through and actually completing tasks for me. So on one of them, they're optimizing my YouTube videos. On another, they're buying dog food because my dog needs some food. On another, they're writing me my latest tweet. On another, it's checking in with clients that I have for my other business. In another, it's doing something else. And you could see how this is going to get really crazy really quickly, and this is going to significantly increase how much we are able to get done as humans because AI is going to be automating a lot of it. Now let's continue to go through this video so we could actually see this. Find a flight and a hotel. So what this is going to show right here is you literally just have to type in a prompt and tell it exactly what you want. For example, can you find me flight tickets from Oslo to Newcastle, UK, and I need a return flight for 2 people. I'd like to arrive on the 1st of April and leave the 4. So this literally goes through and this is performing this action for them. In the past, you would have had to pay an assistant to literally go ahead and do this. And now you can see right here that you can give it another task right here. In fact, this person right here in this demo actually asked it, say, hey, now I need a hotel for that also. And it knows exactly where you would need the hotel. And guess what it does? It can go through and actually find that hotel for you. And this is going to completely change everything. Why? Because in the future, I do not think it's going to be us as humans that are actually interacting with all of the internet. I think instead, it's going to be mainly AI agents, and you're going to need to take that into consideration if you're making content on the internet right now. Now, in terms of actually accessing Opera's Browse Operator AI agent, this right here is just the demo that has been released. This is going to be released as a production product very shortly because they just announced this here. But if you want to start playing around with these different browser operators, there are 2 other options that you could actually look at right now in order to do this. Now, the first way that you'll be able to interact with capabilities like this right now is if you're using ChatGPT and you have access to their operator feature. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to come up here, click on operator, and now this is going to bring up the research preview of an agent that can basically use a browser to perform tasks for you. Now, if you click on get started right here, this is actually going to pull that up. We click next, we agree, and then basically what we just agreed to is the fact that all of our data is going to be on here now. And again, we don't actually want that to happen. This isn't actually a browser. This is just going to access a browser for us. But again, we could look for dining and events. We could do delivery. For example, if I was hungry right now, I could order some tacos, or I could have this order my usual groceries, and you could see what different sites it'll actually do with that. We could find local services. We could shop. We could do travel. We could have this find news. For example, create a watch list of different stocks on MarketWatch. Now, if we go ahead and actually click on this, you'll see that this is what it's actually going to use. And we could click on this, and this will go ahead, and this will actually start doing that. And essentially, the way that this works is this now opens up a window right here, and I can take control if I need to, or it'll tell me if it gets stuck. And as we can see, this is actually going through, and this is doing this. Now, right here in the top left-hand corner, we'll be able to see how many different tasks we have happening right now. Now, like I shared with you earlier, with Opera's AI agent, I could have several different tasks running at one time. And this is going to allow me to, instead of having to do all these things individually, taking a ton of time, I could get this to do it, and it is basically going to automate this for me. And as you can see, this is literally going through. Now, what this asks me right here, it's okay to create a watch list on MarketWatch and accounts required. Would you like to sign in or create a new account? And it asked me to actually log in right here. And as we can see, this gave us a notification right here because it needs some human intervention. So if I click on log in right here, what this is going to do is this is actually going to show me this right here. And as you can see, it clearly says again, operator saves your site data and keeps you logged in across multiple sessions. Again, that is what we're trying to avoid. We do not want to give all of our information to these different tools. So I'm going to stop this here because as you can see, you could see everything that you could do. Now, another alternative to this is going to be Convergence.ai. In fact, this right here is going to allow you to do a bunch of different things, and this one right here is actually free for several different things. And this also has another feature that's incredibly cool. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this right here. I'm going to go ahead and log in, and then I'm going to show you that really cool feature. So after logging in, this is what this is actually going to look like. And again, we could literally ask it to do a bunch of different tests for us. And again, they have a sensitive data disclaimer. I really hate all this sensitive data stuff because obviously I don't want to give these tools my information. But if you get them to do tests that you don't have to give up your information, that's great for right now. So we could come through again. Again, they have business stuff, they have marketing stuff, they have research, news, sales, DevOps, they have fun, they have a different template marketplace. For example, you could find a bunch of different templates that people are using. You'll be able to filter, you'll be able to sort, and you'll be able to search. Again, we could find a bunch of these related to health, politics, science, organization, entertainment, and so many other things. And this is going to allow us to find different things that we can then use and help to automate tasks. And that's the key part about what makes Convergence so much better. So let's come into something that I did before. For example, I had to find the top 10 trending cryptocurrencies a few weeks ago, and it actually came through and gave me the top trending cryptocurrencies. Now, what we could see here is I could do a few things with this. One, I could create a template from this. Two, I could share this session, or I can automate this task. I will then be able to name it. I will be able to have a date that it starts. I'll be able to choose how frequently it repeats itself and for what time zone. Now, what this does is allows me to now have these same tasks happen all the time. Let's say that I train this thing to be able to go through my email, or to be able to find different stocks that I should buy, or to search for news, or do anything like that. Maybe it searches for news articles and then goes ahead and actually writes articles for it, or creates content for it. All of these different things. Well, guess what? I could have this as an automation now where this happens every day, or happens multiple times a day, or happens once a week. And this is going to completely transform how we actually work and how we actually interact with the internet. And again, if we come up here, we could see all of the different tasks that we have going right now, all the different completed ones. You'll be able to search through this. And one of my favorite parts about this is, again, you could have multiple tasks happening at the same time. Now, if you like this video and you're tired of paying for AI tools, you need to check out this video right here that walks you through a bunch of different free AI tools. In fact, it shows you how to access thousands of AI tools for free to complete basically any task that you want done. I'll see you over there.